What's up?
Yo.
Man, I gotta tell you a story. I think it's because you came on the live today. So I let my chicken thaw and I tried to grab my kung pao sauce that was at the top of my pantry. And I accidentally spilled the soy sauce and it like bust all over.
You got some salty ass chicken now.
Yes. I was like, oh my God.
Excuse my do-rag too, my hair. You know, this quarantine got me looking crazy.
You good. Yeah, I was like, this is only gonna happen today when I'm speaking Allah. I was like, I was wearing white too, and I was like, yep. How's it going for you?
It's going good. Sitting here in the house, bored in the house. Not cooking yet. You know, I'm gonna cook after this, so pretty much. Okay.
That's what's up. Well, y'all, welcome to Be Great, Good to Great. Appreciate y'all tuning in on time. We're highlighting people's journeys, talking about more so, just their journey and not the destination, right? Mm-hmm. You got to start somewhere. And so today I have La Cannon. He is a chef, but I know he'll tell you more about his background. I met La, I think, around like 2013, 2014.
2013, yeah.
Yeah,
SIU. Yeah.
SIU days. Man, La, you were huge on the party scene. I think at that point, I think that's how we got connected.
Yeah, I hosted the acapella. It was like a talent show. Acapella, yeah.
Yep. I think that was the year we got King Louis, maybe.
That was turned. That was like my introduction to like SIU AKAs. It was just like, oh my God, the AKAs. Yeah.
But I want you to introduce yourself, give a little bit about your background and what you do.
So my name is La Cannon. I started off, 2012, I could say, was like the year that I became like La Cannon. Like, well, people knew me as Law versus Lawrence. So I started off doing this party called College Craze, which was like how I got my platform of like followers, really. Took College Craze across the United States. We did a festival. We did the Chief Keef hologram out there in Indiana, like made headlines up until like 2016, stopped doing that, kind of disappeared off the grid. I started doing insurance, like life insurance, for like maybe like a year and a half. And then I'll say like 2019, I actually went and got a CDL license too, Class A. A lot of people don't know that. And then around February, I started Cannon's Catering. And then from there, just like I went from parties, insurance, CDL to becoming like a chef that everybody wants food from. And YouTube.
Where'd you go to school?
Now I do YouTube. It's like, yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Morgan Park High School on the south side of Chicago. And then I went to SIU, of course, for 2 years. And then lost focus. Still stayed in Carbondale for another year. And then came back home and just started grinding.
That's awesome. So it seems like, you've been hustling for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Who or what instilled that in you, right? To just grind and hustle. How did you learn like that business knowledge and just to like learn to like work to make money?
So the drive and the dedication came from my family because mostly everybody in my family has, like, I could say I'm probably the first entrepreneur, but everybody literally had to school drive, go to school, work hard. You have to, if you want to eat, you have to work. So I get that from my family. And then like role model wise, I always looked up to like Diddy. Like I knew, because Diddy's journey was kind of similar to mine at one point. Like he was more so into, he threw parties starting off, someone got killed in one of his parties, and it just transitioned to music. And it was just like, I liked his drive, I liked his hustle. I used to watch Making the Band all the time. So it was like, looking up to him was just like a big inspiration to me.
So why go from parties to insurance to getting your CDL to cooking? How did you get into all of this?
So I say parties was because in high school, I was the most popular. So I had a really big network in high school. And then I used to always bounce around from like multiple high schools. Like I went to Providence at high school. I used to go do parties at Hales, Franciscan. And I didn't go to Hales, but I used to promote the parties. And then it just got bigger and bigger. And when the parties stopped, it was more so I had conducted a little bad business. I was just young, just moving very fast. Mm-hmm. Not really like if you could see the business that we were doing, it was just like what do you guys, y'all are so young, what are you doing? Like we just running through money, not seeing it, playing, going to different cities, just having too much fun versus business. So I'll say after I stopped throwing parties, I actually was my girlfriend at the time. well, my girlfriend now, not at the time. My girlfriend, we started expecting like a baby, like my son now. So it's just like I kind of need more stability. Then I started doing the insurance, which was no, I started the CDL. When I got a CDL because my dad's been a city worker for about 25 years. So he was like, "Go get a CDL. It's guaranteed money." I tried that, finished school quick, hated it. My first day, I worked as a freaking. I used to pick up chassis on the railroad, and I did that for one day and was like, "Nah, it's not me." So I literally took a whole CDL course, paid for it, and dropped it. And then my brother, I have an older brother. He actually does insurance. He's been in the industry for like maybe like 9 years. So he instantly got me a job there, made good money with that. But it was just like, I like being an entrepreneur, like having my own business. It's just me. Like I'm the type of person, I have to be doing something that I enjoy doing. Like I can't sit and just keep working. I mean, I don't knock anybody that does it, but for me, it's like, I'd rather work my own hours. I like to run my own business. So then I'll say, am I just running on? Was this good?
No, you good. You good.
So I'll say February last year, Super Bowl time, I had my little sister that came over. I have a little sister. So she was like, can you make something to eat? So I'm like, sure. So, I'm just on Instagram. I was like, I seen some nachos, but let me try to make like my version of nachos. At this time, I'm just known as a person that cooks sporadically. I don't really cook all the time. So I made these nachos, Cajun loaded nachos. So I posted them. This is just the first time I just posted them like, okay, look at these nachos I just made. I had got about 20,000 retweets.
Wow.
And like 60,000 likes. The interactions was like in the millions. So it was just like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? So people started messaging me like, hey, can I get a pan of nachos for the Super Bowl? Can I get a pan of nachos for the Super Bowl? And I'm just like, I don't really sell them. But then I'm like, okay, let me try. So my first day taking orders, I got about 25 pans of nachos for $40. So I'm like, wait, I'm just taking Doritos and making nachos and people want it. So I'm like, okay, let me post this next plate I make. So I started posting my plates one by one by one. And next thing you know, it literally, like, I'll say, out of all my businesses that I've started or been in, God literally grabbed this one. Like, and he's just like pushing me, just going. I don't even know where, like, out of nowhere at the time, Dreezy, Chicago artist Dreezy and Jacquees had both reached out like, yeah, we're in town. Let me get a plate. So I'm like, what? Like, y'all want a plate for me? But I know Dreezy through Hoop Dreams, which is my old partner. So then I went and dropped them off food. So of course that blew it up. So then G Herbo reached out. So then I ended up getting him a plate. So all this stuff is just happening. And I'm just like, what? Yeah.
That's dope too that you have that network, right? So you've been kind of like keeping your network too, and they know that like your brand must be good, right? Because people don't reach out to people who they know like aren't good business partners.
Yeah, and then from there it just turned into like, I kept making the same type of plates and I kept getting the notoriety, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna be in this field, let me master it. So of course I went and got books. I started actually speaking to other chefs, figuring out ways that I can master what I'm doing. And now it's just like every day I'm just getting better in the kitchen. Every day I literally tell my girlfriend like, okay, tonight we're having freaking jerk lamb chops. And she's like, all right. And then she's like, she's a taste tester. And it just goes from there.
That's awesome. And then I got some comments saying like, well-rounded, my dog Law, and he has the best food in town. Yeah, also, if you guys have any questions for Law too, put them in the comments or in the question box and I'll address them too. It's supposed to be like a live Q&A, so feel free to ask anything you want to Law. But it looked like, I think one thing we shouldn't pass up though is that you leverage your audience, right? So like you said, you posted something, and then when you saw how many retweets and how many impressions you got, you were like, I need to shift.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? Like,
it's just like I feel like certain things happen for certain reasons. So it's like I post this random pan. Why would I get this much love? And everybody's like, let me book you. And I'm like, I don't even have chef in my bio. Like I think my bio at the time said like party host, event marketing, music marketing. It was just like, come get in tune with me for the media aspect, but not cooking.
Right.
But now it's like, I've been told by so many people, you have a gift. Like I've been in so many rooms because of cooking. Like you would not believe it. Like Bulls players, football players are just like every day on my DM is just like somebody new. And I'm like, what is this verified check doing here? What do you what do you want a plate for me? Like seriously?
That's awesome. Candace said in the comments, best hands down, and he still owes me soul food.
Who is that? Oh yeah. She was actually one of my first big supporters as well too. She got a plate of soul food for me, and I forgot her greens. This is when my business wasn't like on point. I'm just taking orders, but yeah, I had made her some soul food and forgot her greens. But she got double mac and cheese.
That's awesome. We also got a question too that said, "What made you want to take cooking seriously?"
I'll say anything I do that people start like focusing in on. I don't want it to be like loose ends. I don't want people to be like, oh, he says he cooks, but this didn't taste like this. Like I need to know, first off, food is, you have to have safety. Like I got my food handler's license. You have to have safety and know what you're doing, know what you're cooking, know the temperature of what you're cooking, how to distribute it, how not to leave it. Because you don't want to feed somebody some food and say, yeah, I sell plates, but then they get sick. And it's like, yeah, so I chose to start taking it seriously because it was like, why be in something and not take it seriously?
Mm-hmm. And what type of, I guess, services do you provide? Do you give meals now to only like one by one, or do you do like huge orders?
So at one point I did do plates. I was actually living out in Oak Brook for like a year and a half. But now because I'm now back in the city, I don't do plates as much. I do more so just catering and maybe private dining. What with the coronavirus is like, honestly, everything kind of shifted. But other than that, I was usually doing private dining and catering for like events up to 100 people. I'm scared of past 100, but up to 100 so far.
It sounds like a lot of food.
Oh yeah, and it's just me in the kitchen, so it's like I gotta.
Wait, you don't have any help?
This is everything that you've seen has been all me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so now during quarantine, have you ever thought about shifting back to do plates or no?
You know, so I would say if I did do plates, one thing that I like about my brand as far as anything I've ever done is kind of more so exclusivity. It's like people like what they can't have, if that makes sense. So if I was offering plates every single day, it's more so like I can get food from him tomorrow. It's cool. I like to do more so this specific day I might have this major dish and you may not ever get a chance to get it again.
Yeah. That's economics law, supply and demand.
Yeah.
I think you rolling all your businesses that you learned and all the.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
Everything you're learning, you're putting in here. Your marketing, the economics. I'm sure with your pricing and the orders, and I'm sure doing catering, right? It's going to give you bigger return than doing a plate here, a plate there.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's more. It's too tedious. It's like you have. Say if you get 30 orders. At the end of the day, you're still in your kitchen. Like sometimes I've been in a commercial kitchen. Like I almost worked at a restaurant. Like almost, but the logistics were terrible. But like commercial kitchens are easier to do a lot of orders. But say if you just out of your home, it's like you don't want your house smelling like fried fish all day. But neither you don't want to smell like fried chicken here. Then you still have to cook dinner. No. No.
We got a question that said, "What's your most popular meals?"
As of right now, I'll say it's the stuffed salmon. Like that, literally, that shattered the internet. That was the one that I had a lot of celebrities actually quoting it like, yeah, this is perfect. I love this. When can I get this? But then they don't respond after that. It's like, I don't know, maybe they DMs are just like, I had K-Camp, like All-Star Weekend. I had catered for the Miami Heat's shooting guard, Kendrick Nunn, one of my good friends. And then I end up catering for Natalie Nunn, even though they have no significance together. But like, I just kept having random people reaching out that weekend. I was supposed to cook for Trey Songz that weekend. And then next thing you know, yeah, stuff just shifted. But
so quarantine has affected your business a lot then.
Oh yeah. Quarantine actually flipped it. I had to maneuver, and now I have a YouTube channel, which is now like I have about 1,500 subscribers, and I have like 4,000 views on some videos, 3,000. It's since people can't get the food, I'll give you a way to still make it.
Oh, that's awesome! So you teach people how to make all the recipes.
Yeah,
that's dope. So what?
I'm not dropping the stuff salmon yet though, because everybody
okay.
I gotta keep it to myself. It's like my baby.
How can people find your YouTube channel?
Law Cannon. Just search it. The link is in my bio. The link is in Cannon's catering bio. Really like, and even last week, like the Taco Tuesday, I had a Taco Tuesday video go viral, which is I make steak tacos like the authentic way. And now, like, you know, YouTube emails you and lets you know how people are finding your video. I had 79% found me from just searching like Taco Tuesday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're dropping a lot of gems for people too if they ever want to start their own YouTube channel with marketing.
Oh yeah.
advertising. You're dropping some key relevant info that I think is great for people to know, right? If something's happening on that day and you drop something on that day, people are going to search regardless. They're going to find your stuff.
Yep. It's like for parties, I used to sit and really like, people don't know, like usually you look at a party promoter as someone that's just like online trying to get all the girls going to a party, get drunk, have a blast. But like, we used to actually sit down, analyze times to drop stuff. Like I used to like, now I like reality. So I watched a lot of reality TV, like as a teenager. I don't know why, but like I would know, okay, 7 o'clock on Mondays, let's not drop this because Love and Hip Hop's coming on. That's going to take over all the timeline. So let's not post this day. So I like to analyze what's going on in the world before I just drop anything.
Yeah. Man, you gotta put something together about that, Law. Man, that's a whole degree in itself. Learning how to do that.
Everybody tells me, like, dude, you can market, you can sell anything because everything that you like market, people just gravitate towards.
Yeah, people don't know about it. We got a couple questions coming in. Well, first, the Bang Bang Shrimp was fire. Trying to jerk egg rolls and salmon next.
Thank you. Who is that? Who said that?
Kalia.
Oh my God. When I see him, I'm like, wait, y'all would like the AKAs in Carbondale. It was like, you don't, like when I used to walk through like the student center, it's like, oh my God, there's the AKAs. So when she made it, I was like, wow, like y'all paying attention too?
Always. We got another comment too that said, man, Law, you making me hungry. So are you ever afraid about posting something on your YouTube and then after you post it on your YouTube, you're afraid that like people aren't gonna buy it from you anymore, or like now the recipe's out?
So I did run into that issue. I was kind of worried, but it was just like at the end of the day, people. So technically, anybody can cook. This isn't a skill that's like that can't be taught. Everybody technically can learn to cook. I mean, you might not have that soul in the food like your grandma gave it to you, but everybody can learn how to cook. But it's just one, do I feel like cooking? And then two, is it coming out exactly how he does it? Because it's like, I can give you the complete recipe list, but something may be different. I might put a little bit extra garlic than you know. I might cook it a little bit longer than you know, but I don't really run into that problem. Plus, I mean, if I can make somebody else a chef, why not? I mean, I feel like it's enough. There's enough customers in Chicago or wherever that people are still going to buy it.
Do you go outside of Chicago to do orders or catering?
So I've had somebody in Atlanta try to book me for a wedding for June, but I think it just got canceled actually because of the coronavirus. And someone wants me to come set up shop in St. Louis, but I haven't, not yet.
We got a question that says, do you ever get hate, I guess maybe against your food or maybe hate mail on your page? And then how do you deal with it?
Ignore it. I mean, if you play into it, it's kind of what people want. Like people, if someone's hating or someone's trying to create chaos, then once you give it to them, their goal has been met. So just ignore it.
What about if you deliver, somebody ordered a plate or did a catering and they didn't like the food? Do you have people taste food prior, or do you ever have that?
In the initial start of my business, I definitely had this lady tell me that my steak nachos, her steak was as rough as cardboard. That was like my second day delivering food, and it made me like, you know what? Let me make sure that let me go back and learn how to make sure I'm cooking this the right way. But ever since then, though, I don't think I've had literally any complaints.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I do, I mean, I offer refunds and I can give you credit towards the next order if you just don't like. I can make sure that we get along or something. I'm not just gonna be like, well, food nasty, keep moving.
I'm gonna ask these questions that people are asking before I ask mine, but
okay.
So the questions are: do you manage everything? Do you manage everything on your own, or do you have someone doing the communication and outreach?
It's all me. It's from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Taking orders, working on my LLC, coming over. It's all me. Like literally. I mean, I asked my girlfriend. Of course, she plays a huge part because I mean, it's like we're a partnership. Mm-hmm. But like when it comes to every plan that I have with food, it comes like it's all me.
Wow. Are you thinking about expanding?
Yeah, for sure. I actually would like to bring on another chef soon, because what I'm working on is a food truck, and that's hopefully will be done by like around September. I'm going into a partnership with one of my good friends, and hopefully if all lines right, next year it can be like a restaurant.
And this is full time you do this?
Full time. This one pays bills.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, Lod.
It's what pays the bills. Like I just actually got a subscriber right now. Yeah.
who is your favorite chef you look up to and why?
I would say Chef Virgil. He's in Atlanta. He owns the restaurant called Rock South. Super, super good food. Like his plating, because that's what I'm working on now, my presentation, because I feel like I got the taste down pack for a lot of dishes, but like plating, he got it. Like he puts stuff, like he has a soul food dish where it's like greens, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, and chicken on one plate on top of each other, but it doesn't look messy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that lady too that says that, was it greens, beans, tomatoes?
Yeah, it's like, bro, well, if I tried that right now, it'd probably be like a big pile of slop.
Yeah, most people don't like their food to touch anyway, right? Especially soul food. You got stuff that's like runny, you got like greens and stuff all over.
You gotta see if your soul food gonna touch it, it gotta blend. You gotta have the mac and cheese next to the yams, but you can't have the green juice sliding in there because it's like mac and cheese and yams can touch. That can touch, but nothing else can touch.
So you said your most popular meal is the stuffed salmon, but we got a question saying, what's your favorite food to cook, like for you?
Favorite food to cook. What is my go-to food? Probably say soul food because it's easy. It's really timing and just like you can set your pot roast on for 8 hours, leave it alone, come back, it's delicious. Yeah, I say soul food.
And how did you even learn how to cook?
Ooh.
A lot of times too, most men don't know how to cook, right? Like that's a commodity, I think, in our world today.
Yeah, because I can say growing up, I didn't go in the kitchen, like never. My mom used to cook. My mom cooked dinner every single day, and I never once was like, "Hey, can you teach me?" Like, it was just an emotion. And I say when I got to college, when I lived in the reserves, I think no one was cooking around me. It was like we're kind of tired. You know, Carbondale food is like very limited to what you eat in Carbondale. And I don't even think no one was like selling plates. So I was like, you know what? Let's just put it together. My roommates, I would just cook for my roommates every day. And then I would call my aunt. Like my aunt, she like works on a presentation a lot. I'll call my aunt like, how do I do this? I'll call my cousin, how would I do this? It was a chef at the time, Imani. I used to always like call her, ask her like, how can I put stuff together? And then I'll say after that, once I actually got in the kitchen, like I have like $500 textbooks of like how food is supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you leverage your network pretty much. You kind of reach out to people who you knew already, and you were just like, all right, like you learn pretty much. You're giving people the blueprint through your YouTube too, right? You're like, I'm the person that you know who knows how to cook. Learn from me and do the same thing. Like you said, if you have other people who have catering businesses in LA or New York or wherever your reach is, they can do the same thing.
Yeah, and I feel like if anybody ever wants to learn how to cook, reaching out I'm so easy to reach out to and ask a question. Like, because I feel like if you're not teaching somebody else how to do something, like, what are you in it for? It's like, I feel like it's not, like, when I cook, it's just not like, okay, oh my God, I'm about to get rich off this. Like, no, I enjoy the experiences. Like, you would be surprised how many people you meet through food. Like, I've cooked for one of the, like, part owners of the Bulls, like, their grandson. And it was just like, I'm like, what? Like, who are you again? What?
One of the questions we got too are you done with parties?
No. So I was for a long time. However, it's just like, I can't. The type of parties I used to do are done for sure. You will never catch me with any on the floor, sweaty, none of that. But I think I'm gonna start brunches. Like when this stuff is over, like I'm gonna incorporate the food with the party. So it's like, I come get a really good meal, but I'm gonna come have a really good time.
I was literally about to ask it. I'm like, you can just merge the
two.
That's the whole experience.
Yep.
And you can even offer that as a service. You know, you can be like, I can throw your parties and cook your food.
Yep. And I seen Kai yesterday on your interview. I can call her, be like, hey, I got this event. You can help plan this. We can make some stuff work.
Yeah, Kai is dope. Especially, she said
yesterday,
the huge events, like she puts every detail into everything for you. So y'all at the duo, I don't even know. I'm there. So where I can buy my ticket.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do you plan to own a restaurant in the near future? Or is it just
I would. I definitely would. But how I would do it, it would be more so I don't think I would start like a chain. I would like it more. So there in New Orleans, there's this restaurant. I think it was Jimmy J's. The guy's from Chicago. Mm-hmm. It takes a very long time to get the food. However, when you get the food, it's worth the wait. And I like it because it's more like he even came out and sat with us. And I kind of like the intimate, get to know the chef, maybe hire a few run chefs, but I would do a small restaurant, maybe like that holds like 40 people.
So you're a big person on quality, right? It's like, I want you to taste my food.
Yes.
I want to know that, like, I saw everything. So so does that make you a perfectionist, or do you think that you just like your hand in everything?
With food, I'm definitely a perfectionist. It pisses me. I get pissed. Like when my food doesn't look exactly how I want it. And like, say if it's been plenty of times where I finish the meal, due to time, of course it looks good. I'm not going to give anybody some BS, but there's been times where when they got the food, I was pissed. Like when they left, I'm like, Jesus Christ. But then I get a text like, oh my God, this was the best. It looked so nice. Back in my head, I'm like, just thank you, God. Just thank you, God.
It worked.
It worked. It worked.
Okay. And so then what's your goal? What's your ultimate goal with your business?
Which one?
Or just in general, I guess, what are you shooting towards? What's your ultimate goal that you see for Law Cannon in the next couple years or 10 years or however long?
So I'll say I definitely do see myself having a restaurant and a food truck as well. And I feel like my network is not just in Chicago. Like I have so many ties to like Atlanta, LA, Florida, Texas. Not really Texas, but the other places. But I see myself like having a restaurant, food truck, and then I do want to have my event services going back, like parties, concerts. And I just see myself like having a beautiful condo in LA. My child is just in school doing great. My girlfriend, my wife will be my wife at the time, will be doing great in her business because she has her own business as well. And yeah, really just sitting on in investments. I want to get into real estate next too.
So you feel yourself being in LA?
Yeah, that's what my end goal is. I just like that, the setting, the vibe, seeing mountains, and just it's still fast paced, but still like a really nice view.
Is there any advice that you would give to people who want to like pursue businesses like you are? To like, what advice would you give them to like get ahead, right, or to get started?
I would say start it. Like literally, it's so many people that are scared of failing, which is inevitable. You literally cannot level up unless you have a little hiccup, a little fall here and there. I'll say start, never stop learning. Like literally you can never stop learning. Like no one ever stops learning. The day you feel like you stop learning, you need to go back and wonder why I did not learn anything today. I say never stop learning and stay consistent. Like no matter what happens, you have to have tunnel vision. Like the craziest stuff can happen to you on your journey and it'll literally feel like you're backtracking or it's never going to happen. But that next day could be the day that freaking Jay-Z calls you like, yeah, let's come to the brunch. Let's invest in this million. Let's invest in this business. I just say never stop. Like you have to literally have tunnel vision.
Love that. Let me see. And what's the most difficult dish? I think it's the last question that we got from people. What's the most difficult dish that you have to prepare?
I think this is my mother on here, on my little sister's Instagram, saying your mom is a great cook. You are a great cook, Mom. The most difficult dish to cook. I would say, that's a good question.
Or is nothing difficult for you?
I mean, like, maybe like, I'll say jerk chicken. Because you have to like actually grill it to get like a really good, like you have to really pay attention to it. I'll say jerk chicken, and you have to have the right seasoning and marinade. Yeah, jerk chicken for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's say, okay, we have 30 minutes left, right? If someone had to cook until we end this live, what's a quick dish that somebody can make, but it seems like it's not like a PBJ?
Spaghetti. Yeah, you know, if you black, you know, spaghetti will, and it was gonna last you maybe 3-4 days if you forced to. I'll say throw some pasta on, boil that, cut up some nice bell peppers, cut up some onions, some celery, ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, whatever your preference is. Saute that. You can get canned tomato sauce. Boom, you got your spaghetti that fast. And it's gonna last you for sure.
How is it? Because you spoke about your girlfriend, future fiance, future wife, right? And your son. How is it having your own business, doing everything by yourself, but still like balancing time for your son and your partner, right? Like how do you make time and how do you do that?
So my son right now is 2 years old. He just turned 2 in January. And he's more so like now it's easier versus when we first were getting situated because one, excuse me, she does makeup and eyelashes. She actually has an eyelash line.
Mm-hmm.
And she's building her brand like very fast.
Y'all both entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
Look
she
at
working.
that. Both
Yeah, she working. So it's like we just always be like, okay, Monday I have to cook from this time to this time. If you're coming to get back from work, it's really just scheduling,
mm-hmm.
and we just make sure we have time for each other. Like every night is not like we don't have days where we're just like, I don't see you, you don't see me. And if we do go a day like that, maybe the next day I'll plan something. Of course, since I can cook, my dates are kind of cheat codes because like people like say for instance, the average boyfriend is not just making steak, lobsters, and big gourmet dishes. Since I have to try it anyway, I just make it for her and just played it really nice, and now it looks like a beautiful date.
Date night. That's
Get a nice
dope.
bottle of wine, easy date nights, and then like painting sips, like I just always make sure that we do have a connection and know what's going on. Like it's not we're kind of like we're very close. It's kind of like my best friend, I'm her best friend. Like we're gonna find time.
Right. So quarantine has been no thing for y'all. Y'all like, okay, cool.
We get on each other's nerves. I disappear. I play the game all day. She's doing looks because she has a YouTube too. So she's doing looks. I'll cook. We take time. Like I got the ring light. I'm like, hey, I need that ring light for 2 hours. She's like, okay, cool. It's been working though. It's been working.
You want to shout out her company or
maybe? Yeah, so her company is Glam by Sid B. Glam by Sid B. And she's actually just dropped her flyer today. She's doing a webinar for how to do makeup. Yeah.
That's dope. And it's the same thing for YouTube?
Yeah. Sydney Boykins, which is her name. You can honestly, you look under any of my comments, you'll see her.
Oh, look at that, #1 supporter. I love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's I feel like when you're dating an entrepreneur and vice versa, if someone's dating you and you're an entrepreneur, you gotta have that support. It's so many reasons why some people don't like dating entrepreneurs. Like, okay, like you're gonna have those broke times, you're gonna have those down times, you're gonna have those times where it's like, maybe she's pissed all day because her business isn't going well. Maybe I'm pissed all day because something isn't going well. It's just all about communication and pushing each other.
Someone said spell her, or Kalia said spell her IG. So she said it's.
I'm gonna type it in here.
Okay, cool.
It's actually one of my corrections on here. So
so what's better than one entrepreneur? Two. That's right, T.
Is that T the Delta?
No. So what other programs or opportunities have you taken advantage of that you can like share with others so like others can do?
So right now, Harvard is actually offering a free cooking class, but like it teaches you the foundations of cooking. I have a textbook that if anybody asks, you can DM me, I'll give you the link for it. If anybody wants to go back and be a truck driver, you can get a free CDL course through this guy named Jose Reyes with the Chicago, what is it called? I have to look into it, but I have resources for people to get free CDL courses. And if you just want to learn how to cook, literally, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all can literally go to YouTube and figure a lot of stuff out.
True.
Like a lot. Like YouTube is literally one of the main resources that can teach people, especially during a time like this.
Anything.
Go to my YouTube. Like whatever you want to learn, just go to YouTube.
And we got another question that says, how do you handle constructive criticism?
I take it. It might annoy me like everybody else, but I feel like you have to take it. There's no such thing as somebody that can't be told something.
Right.
My grandfather used to always tell me that, like I come from a family of like Southern, like they're very all my grandparents on my mother's side and father's side are both from Mississippi. Mm-hmm. So, they believe in hard work, listen, and respect, if someone's telling you something. Like you don't have, like sometimes you don't have to take it, but still, be respectful. And it's something that you can take from it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have a question I just thought of. So one of my friends always gets on me, right? She's like, Brittany, you don't have the right spices in your kitchen. You should always have a certain type of spices always on deck. What spices do you think people should have in their kitchen, just like readily available.
Garlic powder, that's very necessary. Onion powder, very necessary. I'll tell you a funny story. I actually have some pictures of my old food. It looks disgusting. Like, I did not know how to season. Like, I used to have an apartment with my friends back in Aurora. This was like 2017. And of course, like, you know, we were 22-year-olds. So it was like 22-year-old guys. Nobody knows how to cook in this house. Mm-hmm. So like, it would be, I didn't even own onion powder and garlic powder at one point. Like, I owned pre-made brown sugar marinade or just random stuff that I was just putting together. It was just so nasty. People were like, oh my God, it's so good. I say garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, salt, lemon pepper, cayenne pepper, red chili flakes, Cajun seasoning, and
like a Tony Thatcher's?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll say thyme. Fresh thyme is always good for me.
Wow.
Gotta have fresh thyme.
Does parsley have a flavor, or is it just decoration? Serious question.
Parsley does not have a flavor. Parsley is literally decoration. It's like it's literally like a little. You can actually taste like get a fresh piece of parsley. It's gonna taste like you're eating grass. It's like
it's disgusting.
Yeah, fresh parsley. All you need fresh cilantro too, especially if you eat anything Mexican. You need cilantro.
And I know you talked about like chicken and beef and stuff. You're not like a vegetarian or a vegan, are you?
No, but I actually now am starting to really dive into vegan dishes because a lot of people that I'm friends with are going vegan for some odd reason. But yeah, I'm getting to, like I made a vegan nacho where I made some cheese from cashew.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty good, pretty good.
Was that tough for you to make?
It wasn't tough. It was just more so different. I was scared of that because I'm used to eating, like, I come from a very soulful family, so it's a lot of butter, a lot of seasoning. Like, it's my family cooks. Like, you know, they say you got the fat elbows.
Yeah.
It's a lot of those in my family. So it was like when I made the vegan stuff, I'm like, I don't know, you can just taste the difference, but it was still good.
Kalia says significance of cayenne pepper and thyme. How does it add to the taste? These more
cayenne pepper you need because anything that you want that has spice, if you want anything to be spiced, you know, the basics of spice is kind of like black pepper. But if you want something like to have that Cajun or just spice, or even like, you know, seafood boils are very popular right now. You need cayenne pepper for that. And thyme just gives it that, it's like this body of just like fresh herbs. And you have to have fresh thyme. Like when you cooking steaks, I put literally a fresh thyme leaf over my steak and throw the butter over there. It's like, whew, y'all making me hungry.
Do you smoke turkey in your greens or ham hocks?
You gotta do smoked turkey. A lot of people don't eat pork these days, so I do smoked turkey neck, smoked turkey tail, smoked turkey drums. I got like 2 packs in the freezer right now.
Dang.
Yeah,
when you grocery shop for yourself, like, how does that even look? Tell me about you going to the grocery store.
Well, my girlfriend hates it because I have too much fun in the grocery store. Like, I'll go to the grocery store. Like yesterday, I think I went for like heavy cream because I was making some mashed potatoes, and I came back with like 10 bags. It's like I see fresh ingredients, and I just like to try stuff. Like places like Mariano's or like Whole Foods, I can't go in places like that because it's too pretty. It's like, look at all of these freaking organic vegetables. Look at all of this meat, fresh meat. It's like a candy store for me.
Wow. And I also saw a recent show on Netflix called Cooked with Cannabis, right? And I think that's a new craze, especially since
I've watched every season already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta be beat. So have you ever thought about cooking with THC or CBD?
So about 2 weeks ago, I made some THC infused French toast, and it went viral. But I don't offer it because it's actually a lot of regulations with that. But I would definitely, I think investing in the cannabis business in general is a brilliant idea. But I would love to do it. Like, I have some can of butter that I made, and it came out really good. However, with that, you have to learn actual milligrams and science because I ate that, and about 2 hours later, I slept for like 6 more hours.
And then you stopped.
It was good, but it was just like, damn, I just actually took myself out of here.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So why are you so passionate about cooking, right? I think you're talking about why you're in it and the service and the quality, but what makes you so passionate about this business?
It's just because, one, I like the fact that this is something small, but Cannon's Catering, you know, that's my last name. And I feel like since I have a child now, you kind of always have to give your child some kind of legacy or something, like have some power behind your last name. And this is like my first business where I'm actually using my name for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, like it's so dope to me how cooking has no ceiling, if that makes sense. Like you can literally keep going, keep finding new stuff, keep creating new stuff, and still being like you're still great, but you're still learning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I like the fact that there's no ceiling, and people really tell me that my food is good. Like they show a lot of love, and it just makes me feel good.
So pretty much it's a mix of things, right? For you,
Yeah.
a bit on leaving your legacy, a bit of knowing that you got some talent and some skill in there as well.
Yeah. Somebody said difference between margarine and butter. Margarine is oil. It's an oil spread. Usually it's like 15% butter. You need real butter because butter gives the volume to food and it just tastes way better. Yeah, margarine is like literally oil.
Is that like that Pam spray?
Yeah, and margarine is you ever seen it's like a brown box that says Imperial. That's like usually like what people consider as butter.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I thought it was butter myself because my mom uses Imperial. Yes, mom, if you're still watching, you don't use real butter. And butter is more expensive too. Butter might be like $5 for a pack, and margarine is like 99 cents.
But it makes a difference in your food.
Oh yeah, you can't bake with margarine. Like you're not supposed to. Like your food will spread instead of rise.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody said.
You learn something every day.
Yeah, I didn't know that for a long time. I would go to the store like I have to get butter, and if you actually sit and look at it, it's like wow, this definitely doesn't say it's butter. It says oil spread. Yeah.
That's dope. And how can people get in touch with you? I know you said people can reach out, right? But like, how can people get in touch with you, stay in touch with you, and then if they want to do a catering order, do you offer that right now?
Yeah. So last week I started back offering catering orders just for pickup only, just because I do have a child as well, and I have this is so off topic, but you know, with the coronavirus, I've been actually staying at home. I go to the grocery store, but mostly I come home because I do have older like grandparents and I have like a child. I definitely do see people spreading this and not knowing it. And like doing my research on the virus, I've seen that you can't be a host and not even show any symptoms. So I kind of don't want to go to anybody's residence or go somewhere and say if I had it right now and I just had no clue, then I go spread it. And it's just like I don't think that's fair. So right now I'm offering pickup. I'm cooking very clean, overly sanitizing, and pick up, and then maybe if the order is lifted, which I don't see happening, then I'll start back with like actually going to places and cooking.
Okay, and how can people get in touch with you there?
So my Instagram page, Cannon's Catering, you can DM there. I respond faster maybe on the Law Cannon page because I'm actively on social media all day. I'm actively checking my email. Like it's never a point in time where you won't hear from me within at least like 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And is there anything else do you do anything else besides Cannon's Catering? Is that like the only thing right now you're pursuing full time?
So I'm pursuing this full time. I am working on a project. I have not put forth as much effort as I should have, but I am working on a seasoning line.
Ooh.
Yeah. I feel like there's not a lot of young Black entrepreneurs that have seasonings. Yeah. So I really want to do I don't want to say the name, but I have two clever names. It's going to be like a Cajun seasoning and then like one super spicy. Because are you familiar with B Loves Life on YouTube?
Mm-mm.
So it's this lady. She eats seafood boils almost every single day, right? She has about, I'll say 5 million subscribers. She has an actual seafood boil sauce that they sell on Amazon and it's $30. She's did like over 500,000 units.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Seasoning. And I'm the type of person, people always ask me, what seasoning are you using? So I'm like, why not have a seasoning?
You know, I think that's a big thing too that people are looking at, right? Like these influencers on YouTube or people that just have different businesses, right? Why do affiliate marketing, which is like doing if this is like Kylie Jenner's lip gloss, why sell Kylie's when you can just find a vendor and do your own?
Because vendors are so available these days. Like they're so available. It's so easy to find a vendor, WhatsApp, talk to them on WhatsApp, and next thing you know, you have your own product at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing you're dropping too in terms of business, right? So leveraging your audience. What does your audience want you to see, right? When you look on your Instagram, people interact with you. What do they know you for? Use that. Find a product to sell or a service to provide, and you have your business right there.
Yep, you can have the passive income by selling your product and then having your actual service. You next thing you know, now you got 2 incomes, 5 more to go. You'll be rich.
And I forgot whose Instagram I was looking at, but they were talking about streams of income in your own thing, right? So if you have your Candace Catering, you have your seasoning line, you have YouTube, that's already 3 streams within your one business, right?
Yep, and that's just off cooking.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Will you offer cooking classes or one-on-ones?
So I've been asked during this quarantine, I'll literally say like about 30 times, am I offering classes? And a part of me is just like, who are you to teach a class? But then it's like the other part of me is like, you've established a business, your food is delicious, people like it, people book you. I could teach a class, but I would probably do more so one-on-one, or like if you want to know how to cook a specific dish. Because I feel like some people charge for classes and then people walk away not feeling like I know what I'm doing now. So I would offer something in my actual comfort zone as of now. But yeah, if you DM me, I'll probably teach. Sometimes I might even teach somebody how to do it for free.
You got to do that. What's that app or that website? Masterclass.
Yeah.
So you got to comment. Who are you not to? I'm signing up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think so. You might catch me on Instagram promoting having a Zoom cooking. It might be like 10 people. It might be like a one time only thing.
You should definitely do that. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I get asked a lot. Like someone actually emailed me for their daughter's 19th birthday. She wanted to do a virtual cooking class as the event, but I'm like, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But I need to stop playing myself. Whoever said that, you are so right. You are so right.
See. You got it, La. I mean, I feel like, whatever you think you can't do, I think it's just up here and not real.
I hear that all the time. Like, I'm my biggest person that can stop me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are our worst critic. I like to round out these lives too by asking, right? Like, who's being great in your life, right? Like, your inner circle. Who do you see that maybe has another business that's influencing you, or just birds of a feather flock together? I know you talked about your girlfriend, but who else in your life is influencing you just to move forward or holding it down?
Well, I'll say I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have anybody around me that's not working, or really everybody around me is kind of like really entrepreneur. And when I worked insurance, I used to actually be under this the lady who owned our company. Her name was Sabrina Lloyd. She's actually a millionaire. She used to always say, like, people around battery, like you have a battery that's in you, and people around you are like the devices, and they'll drain it. So the 5 people that are closest to you are the people that keep your battery charged. So I'll say I have a friend. One of my good friends, Lyrical's Heart. She's actually a manager. She has a label under Atlantic Records. Her, TJ Spencer, he does graphics for G Herbo and like a lot of other artists. He did some stuff for Meek before. Roper Richeza, the guy I have this clothing line on. He has everybody's in his clothes. Young Thug, Gunna, Lil, literally anybody you can think of that's popping right now has been in his clothes. My girlfriend, of course, her business is freaking booming. My best friend Destiny, I don't know if she went to SIU with us too. She's a hygienist, dental hygienist. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she has charcoal toothpaste going and like a toothbrush right now. Like a lot of dental kits. I'm sorry for anybody I'm forgetting because there's so many people around me that's doing stuff. My friend Sean Mitchell, he went to SIU too. He is modeling and has music out. So, literally anybody that I'm connected to, I'll say that they have some. Bree specific, who went to SIU, she has a freaking Power 92 candles selling. Yeah.
You're surrounded by entrepreneurs and people who are
literally I can't. There's not a time where I could be like, you know what, I'm gonna just slack, because everybody I see that I know is literally doing something every day that's just like, oh my God, like, are you serious? Like, he just freaking sold out 500 shirts for $100. It's like so much stuff around me that makes me like, damn.
How did you get those people around you though, right? How can people who don't have those people get in touch with like a dope circle?
I'll say when you going out and networking and just paying attention to who you're actually around. And sometimes you can even make somebody into someone that's like that. Say if you're super motivated, super driven, super like passionate, and then your best friend that's not like that. Say if they're just like a dead battery. Sometimes you just gotta charge them. Sometimes you literally just gotta put it in those people.
Mm-hmm.
And if people see you doing your thing, it's kind of inevitable for them to be like, damn, okay, well, I'm gonna take this advice because you on top of the game.
That's true. And I think as a friend, right, I would assume that there's not much envy or jealousy, right? It's someone that's like, it's more motivational. It's like, man, my bro out here getting it. Like, I need to get it too. He has the keys, so let's sit down.
That's how I feel all the time. There's been times where it's like, damn, like I don't feel it today. Maybe this isn't working as fast as I would like it to. Because of course, you know, I'm far from where I would like to be. Like I'm very far. But sometimes I get on Instagram or even just get a text from one of my friends. And I just see them like succeeding and something. It's like, wow, like they're wow, I don't want to be left behind. Like we all supposed to go to the top. Let me strap my boots up and just say, come on, like suck it up, let's go.
I love that.
Yeah.
You dropped a lot of gems on here, Lai. I really appreciate you coming on live, talking about your journey, being transparent about any struggles that you had too. Also teaching people how to cook, right? That's a huge thing. I mean, shoot, even I'm watching YouTube videos. I feel like my cooking skills aren't the best. But they will be.
No, they will be. That's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, my girlfriend. So I'm the cook. I'm the cook, hands down. My cook. She can do everything else, but I'm the cook. But it's like it's so funny because it's so many times she'd be like, I'm not cooking, so I don't feel like hearing your mouth about what it's supposed to taste like. But she made my French toast today, and it was super delicious. I didn't have to.
Oh, I think I saw that on your story.
Yeah, and I'm like, can I please get some breakfast in the morning? And it's like she can cook, but it's just like she know I'm annoying. And I'm like,
right.
Well, I'll be over her shoulder in the kitchen, like, wait, don't forget, you gotta add that. And she's like, can you just get out the kitchen? But yeah, it's super easy. I feel like anybody can really learn to do it. And I will say, I appreciate you for giving me the platform to talk because I usually don't do interviews.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. Like people, I've been having DMs like, can you come to my show? I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I like what you're doing though because it's giving a lot of Black entrepreneurs like a voice in it. And you never know what gem you can get from somebody. Like yeah. I literally watched the Kai interview. I'm like, wow, like I knew Kai from college because she was just like, you know, like y'all were the older crowd, the experienced people. And it was just like wow, because I love Mariah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, Kai speaking that truth. Kai got the events going.
Yep. And then you were like, okay, maybe we can partner in the future.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people, when you see interviews on Instagram, they're using these huge celebrities, right? And I feel like people feel like they're so far away from where that person is because how many followers they got, right? Yeah. But it's like on here, we're all entrepreneurs, we're all hustling, no matter if we're making 5 figures, 6, 7, 8 figures. But like, it's easy to reach. You have mentors, you have all this free knowledge out here, just like you said before, right? You got YouTube. Like, I learned how to scale my subscribers through YouTube. I literally watched people's videos, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's so many ways. Like, now I figured out a way to get paid from YouTube. Like, like YouTube really has a lot of monetization behind it. But you have to actually, have the watch time, have the subscribers. So, I've asked a couple of my friends that have YouTube, like, hey, how do you, what do I need to do? And everybody just keeps saying, put out content. Like, if you put out content, no matter what, it's inevitable that people are going to start attracting to it. Put out content.
Consistent.
Yep, and have faith. And have some pride about your work. Like, you can't just be so nervous. And I have to get out of that too. Like, you can't be so nervous to post stuff. You can't be so like, this might not go. Like, yeah, this might not go. That just pushes you to post something else, which may be the thing that takes you over the top.
Right. I think B. Simone was on live yesterday, and she said one of her, I think her F-word video or something, like, made her go viral. And she was like, you never know what video is going to make you go viral or what's going to take you there, right? She's like, if I would have known, I would have did my makeup for the video. But she's like, I don't know. She's like, but you got to always be on point. You have your videos, be consistent, and just do it because you never know which video can be the one that, like, propels you forward or puts you in touch with somebody, like you said, right, for the Bulls or whoever that celebrity is that like somehow gets you on mainstream media.
And I will say, and it's crazy you just brought her up. I actually met B. Simone in Atlanta at the Apple store. I'll say about in 2015. And like she just had a radiance about her. Like her networking, I would say her networking is real. It's not just the internet. She had us following her Instagram, telling us all the work she did, followed me back. Like she was dope to me. And I could tell that was gonna work like that. But she's a key person to say networking is everything. And don't stop working. Don't stop putting out content. Yeah.
Facts. Well, I appreciate you, Law. I'm gonna save this too and add it on YouTube. I'll send you the link if you want to add it on your YouTube too.
Okay.
And yeah, I really appreciate you for coming on today. And I'm looking forward to. Are you cooking tonight?
Yeah, I'm actually doing health. I'm going healthy too. So I ain't cooked healthy in a while, so I think I might do like a shrimp stir fry. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see what I can find on your YouTube and maybe cook that.
All right, thanks, Britt.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, bye.